Ladies and gentlemen, the Adult Baby Show.
Hi friends, welcome to the Adult Baby Show, episode 165. I'm B.
I'm Chick.
Be careful. Don't laugh too loud, okay? We wouldn't want to hurt your voice box.
Oh, I fucking hate you so much. If anybody only knows what's been going on the
We've
last
been
hour.
I am about as mad as I've ever been on this podcast right now. Because do you want to say like what's going? Why don't we start with your whole issue?
let me start what's going on.
Yeah.
Because the fact that this is the maddest you've ever been is absurd to me. Because I finally actually have a legit reason.
No.
Why
It's
I
not
wanted
that
to piss.
reason, and we'll get to that. My reason why I'm mad at you is because of time. You do not respect time, and it blows my mind every time. And people that are late are disrespectful people. Like it's a disrespect. You knew I have to be somewhere at 8:00, and we're supposed to record at 7. You show up at 7:30. It's just a little disrespectful. I'm sorry, and I'm not. We can get into your issues. God knows we could do another 600 episodes on your issues, but let's get into today's issue.
I wish everybody could see the puss face on you right now, and
There's
your
a smile.
whole
There's
demeanor.
actually a smile because
There wasn't a smile until I started
because
saying
as much
something.
as I hate you, I love you, and it's a real difficult thing. It's difficult. Like I was so pissed at you. Like I was biting my hands.
That's your first thing is when you call me and then I pick up and you're just that loud and you expect me to react well. You're surprised why I hung up on you.
Because I expect you to be here to record a podcast.
165 episodes. This is probably the first time that's happened like that.
No way.
Yes,
All right,
it is.
Let's get to the beginning of it.
So anyway, this week,
Because I'm sure I'll sound like a jerk because you do have something going on that is serious. And that's not what this is about.
it
But
is
go on.
partially. But
But go on.
so for the past, I don't even know, 20 episodes now, probably 15 episodes, my voice has been a little shot, and I've
For the
complained
past
about
165 episodes, your voice has been a little shot. But okay, go on.
it. Since November,
Yeah.
it has been very hoarse, and it's shot, and it goes in and out. So I've been, at first I was like, it'll come back. It's just the smoking. I talk a lot. It happened after softball, basically. And then it never quite bounced back. So I decided to go get it checked out finally. Mm-hmm. And I go to my regular doctor. He recommends me go see an ENT.
What's an ENT?
Ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Ear, nose, throat.
Yes.
A little bit of everything up top.
I also got a full workup. Good outside of...
Overall, you're healthy.
Overall, fairly healthy. I was actually better. Blood
Healthy
work.
on the inside, disastrous
on the outside.
Okay.
But my blood work was better this year than it was pre-COVID.
Okay, nice.
So
Okay.
I did, that diet helped that I went on. Mm-hmm. And, everything else was pretty good but my throat.
Yeah.
So now I go to the ENT. The guy sticks this camera up my nose.
Wow, you didn't tell me that.
Well, I don't have to tell you everything until I get on the show. This is why our conversations.
Okay, all right.
Some details get missed out in others.
Good. Go on.
I get a camera up my nose, down my, I guess, your esophagus, whatever, so they could see down my throat. Mm-hmm. Not comfortable at all. And he tells you to breathe out, like while it's in your nose, like, and you feel it.
How do you compare this to a COVID test?
Significantly worse. Jesus. They're actually shoving this, like, the
How big
COVID
is the camera.
It's a long wire. It's, I don't know, 12 inches.
Oh, God.
Maybe 6 inches.
Okay.
I don't know how big, how long, but it's long.
And it feels like...
You feel every second of it go through, and then it goes down your throat.
Oh, you're giving me chills. All right.
So, it wasn't as bad as I expected, but it was't comfortable.
Yeah.
The worst part
You
is...
deal with pain very well, though.
I do. I actually do pretty well.
Like... I feel like I would freak out big time in that.
You would have lost it.
But you have and I have a high tolerance for pain. I do. And it's not about the pain.
I could deal with uncomfortable
You
things
can.
like that
I feel
fairly
like your
well.
whole life is you put yourself in uncomfortable.
I guess
positions.
that might be
you
it.
live on the uncomfortable side of things.
Exactly. So it's
comfortable
normal
in
for me.
uncomfortable-
Yeah, I'm good in uncomfortable situations. But he's telling me to lean back, look my head this way. He puts the thing in my nose, and then he's like, breathe, like push, like push,
trying to push it out.
Yeah, because I guess it clears the pathway that he could see. I don't know the reasoning behind it. So I do that. He does it for like a second. It really wasn't long. It was maybe all of 30 seconds to a minute.
That the whole thing was going in?
That went in and stayed in.
Ooh, okay.
So he takes it out, and he tells me, all right. He draws a picture of my vocal cords, what they're like a V, your vocal cords look like, and he's telling me how they work, and when you talk, they vibrate, and that's sound and all this. And he's telling me mine is very inflamed, and there's like he could see. He was drawing like these lines. Basically, my voice box looks damaged.
Yeah.
So
you've been talking, you talk nonstop.
I do. So he asked me that. He asked,
and if you're not talking, you're smoking.
What do you do for work? And I told him, I said, I do sales. I said, but I do a podcast. I said, plus I do have just a big mouth in general. Like I told him, I was like, I talk a lot.
This is after the colonoscopy to the face?
Yes, this is after the face colonoscopy. And he goes, all right. And I was like, plus I smoke. I don't have the healthiest diet. Like, there's nothing good is going down my throat.
Yeah. Nothing great is coming out of it.
So he said he could see, like, my acid reflux. Like, he could tell has done damage and stuff. Like, it's just my, my voice box is just severely inflamed. So he said, you definitely have an issue there. He goes, he gave me something for the acid reflux. He told me I have to go see a laryngologist now.
Right.
To get a more detailed look. He looked at it like, I'm going in there with a normal camera.
Yeah.
This is going to be an HD camera to give him a better and more detailed look of your voice box. So I don't know where this thing's going through. I would imagine it's going through my nose. It's bigger.
I think
and
it probably goes to the same place.
Yeah, so I'm not excited about that. But then he tells me, now let me give you worst case scenario.
Sorry. All right, so it was him that brought that up?
Yes. Okay. He said, worst case scenario. And then I said, so worst case scenario is what? Cancer? And he goes, yes. I go, Jesus. So I asked him, do you think it's cancer? He said, no, but I can't say for sure. He goes, it doesn't look, I guess like there's no lump. Like he doesn't see anything that looks cancer. Yeah, he
abnormal.
Said, it doesn't look that abnormal. He said, but there is a little something there. And I want to be sure.
Okay.
So now he's telling me that it might be cancer. Or it could be cancer.
The way I'm thinking this goes, because you told me about this last week or whatever, and you, the way I look at it is the guy does this thing, and you're like, what is it, doc? Is it cancer? And then the doctor's like, well, we can't rule... we have to, everything's
No, it was worst case scenario. I said, what, cancer? And he said, yes. I was like,
well,
Jesus.
Don't they have to,
So that's why I asked him. I said, honest opinion, do you think it's that? And he said, no. But I have to, you have to get it looked at.
He can't be like, listen, without a doubt, it's not cancer.
Yeah, he can't say
right.
that.
Okay.
So now I have to go and get it further tested and to make sure, I guess, that it's not cancer. Okay. And to see, I guess, what the next step would be to how do I treat it. But he basically told me, when you're not at work, try not to talk. He's like, I'm not saying it's easy, but try not to talk, drink a lot of fluids, like stay hydrated. Smoke a lot. Yeah. No, he said cut down.
Coach Little League.
I mean, what do you want me to tell? What am I supposed to stop everything I'm doing?
Well, you're trying to stop this podcast.
I didn't try and stop the podcast. So what I told B earlier in the week, because this was on Monday.
Yeah.
I don't think you even tried to record on Monday. But I had the doctor, so I don't know.
Every Tuesday, so
we don't record every Tuesday. That's I could go look at the dates and prove that wrong to you.
Most Tuesdays we record.
We've recorded on numerous Wednesdays, despite your open mic. Yes, we have.
We've never done that in the last.
But we've done
Monday,
Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Done a lot of Thursdays where we released it on Friday.
Okay.
You laugh. I'll show you the dates.
Okay.
So as usual, B can't do it Tuesday. There's no other day that's good for him ever until
Except tonight.
Which is fine, and I told him I would do it. But the reason why I didn't want to do it Tuesday is because literally my voice was fucking shot.
No, I talked to you.
Yes,
on Tuesday.
and I said
I thought you had a game to be at.
No,
and then you thought it was yes. You're looking at me and lying.
I'm not lying.
To you on the phone. You're in a web of lies. That's
I'm not
your problem.
a web of lies.
Yes, you are.
B.
I I don't delete my text messages. I know
Good.
everything you say to me. Okay,
That's fine.
and I don't care about Tuesday because I had other things happening this week. I did have a busy week. Okay, comedy wise, I had a busy week. I know it's not what your standards are. I'm not doing the late night shows, but I'm doing terrible Long Island stuff. All right, and I have to be there. Even tonight, I was like, we can squeeze in Friday, and I'm like, well, we could be done early because you usually like to be out early. So that's why I was like, all right.
And then, well, I will say so today,
Yes,
I had a long day today. I had to go to court. I had to work, whatever. We talked to you. I set my alarm for 6:40, and I fucking was laying down watching TV to get a reminder.
me and you were arguing on text till like 6:20.
I know, because that was the issue. I was laying down arguing with text, and then I passed out.
Did it take that much out of you that you had to take a nap
No.
after we argued on text?
It had nothing to do with you arguing with text. I was shot today.
Okay, so
And I was just laying down watching TV when we were texting.
Yeah.
And I fucking passed out.
So let's catch
So I
people
woke up to your phone call.
Let's catch people up. We were arguing because now you want to push back Tuesday, fine. But we can do Friday. You're like, let's do Friday, great. And then Friday, now today, I don't hear from you all day.
You're right.
Which is never a good sign.
No.
Because you need like a 24-hour advanced time. Like, we're going to do it tonight. It's like, he needs 24 hours.
Because
like,
we have a
notice.
guest coming on Monday.
Right. Well, I'll get there. So right away, last night I text you.
No, you didn't. Oh, yeah, you did.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said we have a guest. He could do it Monday. Are you good for Monday? So quick, you wrote back, yes. Usually Mondays are a little iffy for you. You have it's a busy day for you, I guess.
Just yeah.
Yeah. So that's why we usually do Tuesdays and sometimes Thursdays. But you wrote back yes. And today,
One, because I'm super excited about the guest.
okay. Yeah, it's a good guest. You guys will like him. But
We've had him on numerous
he's
times.
a friend of the podcast.
Yeah, it's not a big surprise, but I'm excited to have him on
We have a
this
lot
week.
to talk about. I wanted to personally get one in solo because we had a lot to go over with your whole throat issue.
I understand that.
I had a car issue this week, so I did want to
And that was partially the reason why I'm like, I have a lot to talk about
I
today.
get it.
My voice is going to be shot. Now,
I
I have
get
to coach tomorrow morning. So if I do this tonight, my voice...
How old are these kids?
They're 6. Which you have to do a lot of... That's a lot of...
Do you have an assistant coach? That can,
Yeah, but I'm also
maybe you
one
could
of the
write out the
coaches.
plays and be like,
Listen, dude.
isn't it T-ball?
But I'm not saying it's a tough job. I'm saying my voice gets used.
Okay.
That's what I'm...
So-
like, nothing is saying that, oh, my God, I can't... But I talk a lot. So
I get it.
I'm teaching kids.
And I'm not talking about the voice. All right? I get the voice issue. I get it.
That's the only reason why I was thinking about passing this week and breaking our streak.
Okay.
Was
All right.
because of my voice.
Fair enough.
You're right. I should have woke up or I passed out. It was completely unintentional.
So here's where we'll pick back up again. I don't hear from you all day. Never a good sign. Because usually you're either bothering me, what time? It's like we usually do it between 6 and 7.
confirming what time we're doing. Yeah, I get it.
Like
I know.
you need
know.
your confirmation of something you already know. So I finally have to text you. I'm like, what time is good for you? You know, we decide on 7:00. Now, in that text, I'm waiting. Because you're like, we're doing Monday. You're like, maybe we should just do next Monday. We don't want to do episodes too close.
Which is not a terrible...
It's going to be released. This is released late, and this one will be released on Tuesday. So it's a
Fair
day
enough.
early.
I get it.
It's really, we're a little late this week. And then it starts coming. Like why can't, because with you, if there's a way to push something back, you'll find it. You'll find a way to get out of
pushed
something.
this show. We haven't missed a week in 160.
And you're the
fucking
first person that likes to bring that up, but when
because it's not like because I don't like to be told, oh, you always... We put out an episode every week, so no matter how difficult everyone may think or you make me out to be, we get it done, and I'm usually never this late. I fell asleep.
You've been late in the past. But anyway.
I've been late, but not like a half hour late without hearing
but
from
you understand why it would bother me? Because
Yes.
we're literally in an argument about this episode, and you're like, you're making me do it, and I'm like,
I
you're
wasn't
an adult.
saying you're making me do it. I could have easily told you I'm not doing it, and then that came.
Okay.
And that was it.
You were kind of guilting me. I'm like, we should get this in.
Of course I'm going to guilt you.
We need a solo episode. We need to get this stuff out.
And can I tell you that's why? Because I did want to do an episode with just us where we talked about this. But I knew... See, like, I'm hoping Monday now. I'm not. My voice is not gone.
Okay, let's hope not. Okay, you know what? Let's hope, guys. If you're listening, say a little prayer that his voice doesn't go.
If you're listening, say a little prayer that I don't have cancer.
Yeah, please. We really hope you don't have cancer.
No, B. You hope I do.
Oh, no,
I almost
don't.
want it.
I know you do
to
because you're
throw
a
it
sicko.
back at you and be like, "See, you fucking prick."
But this is
making me strain my voice.
This is, first of all, it's the way you talk. It's the way you talk. It's the way you laugh. That's why your voice, even your own.
I can't help that. You think I'm gonna come on here and not be
screaming?
myself?
Why are you screaming? Your own voice box is sick of hearing you talk. That's the problem.
I'm going to be the guys, I used to love swimming. That's going to be me. And we're going to have an episode where it's B and his robotic friend chick.
Hey, listen, that would be good for the views.
That might be good for the view. I said cancer could be a good thing for the show.
Yeah.
It may be short success,
By the way,
but
I
it would
have
be
cancer
good.
growing on my head right now for the last
Your
3 months.
cancers are so ridiculous.
Oh, my cancers are ridiculous.
Your cancers are little melanomas because you're the palest fucking white kid I know. And you just like pick it off and it's like, oh, cancer's gone. This thing's in my fucking voice box.
If you get cancer, the Adult Baby Show is just going to turn into a benefit show. That's what this is going to be. It's going to be like,
it's just going to be like, let's hear Chick complain about his cancer.
Yeah. Whose
Do you
cancer
imagine
is
I have
worse?
chemo and I have to complain about that?
But you have to do it through
I don't
a
even
voice
like,
recorder.
And here's the thing. I joke about it and laugh about it because that's the way I deal.
You have to.
I have to.
You have to.
Because if I was to sit here and like, oh, I shouldn't smoke. I shouldn't do all this and just cry because I'm going to be dead soon.
Smoke.
I know, but what I'm saying is I'm not going to sit here and...
You're not, of course.
So you got to joke about it. So it's not like I don't care that I might die. I just,
You're not
joke about it.
Stop. Don't jump there. So here's the thing. So we're in this argument and we're fighting about, like...
We're not fighting. Was that fight?
Not fighting. You know what I mean. We're going back
to
and
me,
forth.
that was our normal banter. I was kind of having fun with that.
I was too. But you know what I mean? Like, we're going back and forth. And let me speak from my point of view. You're like, I got to rest my voice. Now, I know you're on the phone 24/7, okay?
I'm not.
Okay,
I haven't
please,
been.
Please.
I promise
please.
you I've been trying
if
not
you're
to.
not talking, you're smoking, right? So you're not doing any wonders for your voice. And then you're like I gotta coach Little League tomorrow. I'm like, all right, well, you everything's out the window. And then you're like, I'm going to come, I swear. I'll be there. See you at 7. See you at 7.
Yeah.
7:10, 7:15, 7:20. I'm like, where is this guy? And now I'm like, what bothered me is the lateness because I had said, listen, man, I have a thing to be around 8. So if we could do it at 7, I can get out at 8 and get on by 8:30.
I know, and I apologize.
And
I would have been better about it, but when you called me, just fucking your tone was all wrong.
My tone wasn't all wrong. Your tone was all wrong. Your tone, you fell asleep.
I did.
That's the wrong tone. You understand that?
Yes. I'm not condoning what I did
It's
and
insane.
saying it right.
So, like, I am not... So I'm sitting here, and I'm boiling that the last we left was
Can
like...
I tell you, that makes me laugh.
Does it? Good. I'm glad. I'm glad that makes you laugh. I'm sitting here. I'm like... Because our last... We're like... I could replace you. You're like, we could replace you. We're like, everybody could be replaced. And now he doesn't. Now in my head, I'm like, is he messing with me now? Is he just not going to show up? Because you're not answering. I called you like 4 times.
I wouldn't have done that.
I'm texting you, and I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to lose my spot tonight. No big deal, But right after we get into this spat through text, you took a little snooze. And now you're here a half hour late. So that's where my anger comes from.
I'm not saying your anger about me being late and all that.
Validate my anger.
It is validated, but relax. Like,
I'm relaxed, and I want
and then I wish I could tell everybody, I don't want to do an episode if you're not going to be fun. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, I'm going to come on here and mope around the episode.
Chick.
That hasn't happened since the Taylor days.
It's happened with you more than anybody I know. You check out.
On a show since Taylor.
It's happened 5 times.
No.
And that's way too many times.
Before Taylor.
No. We've had some things on here where you're tired of something and you just give me the eyes. You check out. You check out.
Oh, my God. All right.
Chick checks
okay.
out. You know you do.
Chick checks out. That's it.
All I'm saying-
Chick is checking out soon, probably. Hopefully not.
Guys, if
Yeah,
you're
Dunstan checks in, Chick checks out.
all right, well, listen. If you're listening and you think you can take Chick's job, if something, God forbid, were to happen, you talk to me, and we'll because he is replaceable. But
Yeah, because B's not.
yeah, I'm not. No.
I can find any of your comic friends to replace you.
Yeah, but they wouldn't want to deal with you.
Yes, they would.
No, because they're hard workers. They have ambition.
Oh, okay.
And they couldn't deal with you. They couldn't.
I passed
You know how many
out.
people in my life have told me,
Cut Chick.
not cut you, because you're a valuable part of this podcast. Maybe the most valuable part of this podcast is you. And
I could be dead.
Okay. So, but you're like one of these rock stars that's hard to manage. You know, you're a horse that can't be broken.
Exactly.
And
I like that.
It's a difficult thing for people around you to deal with.
Okay, fair enough.
And the
I
lack
can
of
admit with that.
the lack of respect is just
That's not. It had nothing to do with respect.
well, you know what?
because normally I would be like, "Oh, fuck your show," but I feel bad. I
It's not
passed
even-
out.
Listen, all right, it's fine, but you know, just be better about that.
I will.
People that
I will
are
be
late,
better.
People that are late don't realize because I literally get ready an hour before, and I'm like, you know, I'm ready to do this. I feel like I'm in the zone, and I don't. I wish I got that back from you sometimes. And I'm not saying it doesn't. You're great on the podcast, and you operate different than me. But I like to prepare, and I like
I
things
don't
done
not
as special.
prepare for the show. I'll come late occasionally.
Well, yeah, of course. You got your.
Don't
movie
tell me
picks.
I don't prepare.
You got your movie picks.
Not even that. I've come through with games. I care about the show. I make sure I try and have things like I prepare for the show.
Okay.
Don't say I
Unless
don't
you fall
prepare.
asleep for the first half hour of it. But yep, you.
I never fell asleep on the show. It was before we started.
Oh, God, leave that to the listeners.
So, yeah, I might. On brighter news, I have a side piece
Okay.
that squirts.
Oh no.
Right?
Have you gotten some of the squirt in your
Yes, I've had not in my mouth.
mouth? Okay. All right.
All
Can
right.
I say something?
What?
And I don't want to play doctor here.
It's mostly it's piss and whatever ejaculate. I know it's a
Okay.
mixture
all right, all
of both.
right. I don't need to know the words here. There is a correlation between throat cancer and
And squirting? Yeah.
going down on a woman.
Imagine that was true.
It's true. Michael Douglas got it.
Michael Douglas got it. Michael
a
Douglas
woman-
was a
listen,
nympho fucking
If
maniac.
a woman has HBV and you go down on her, it could cause something in your throat. I'm being
Well,
dead
that
serious.
actually probably does make sense.
Well,
Yes.
no, I'm not. It doesn't. It's a thing. So I'm
Well,
a
first
little worried about your side
I,
piece.
I before I went down on this broad, I fucking had this issue already.
Okay, all right.
This has been November. This chick is new.
All right. So, but maybe she exasperated the situation.
Maybe,
Who
knows? You never
all right,
know.
Go on.
but this was the first squirter I've ever had in my life, and
Yeah. Most women barely.
most women barely get to enjoy themselves at all.
This is more of a party trick than a woman enjoying herself, though. Let's
It
be
is
honest.
to me, and you know what? I will tell you this. After indulging and having some fun with this,
Oh, girls. Okay.
the squirting is something I'd prefer not.
Because of the.
The cleanup, and it's just it's just like too wet. It's just too much.
Yeah.
And it's cool the first couple times, like, you know, you fucking like pat yourself on the back and feel, you know, everything feels
You
great.
pat yourself on the back.
Not really.
You should pat her on the
I
back.
should pat her on the
Yeah.
back.
It's like, wow,
But-
you actually stayed with me, and
It's just, I want to hear people who've had them
right.
and hear their experiences, because to me, it's interesting. It's just very interesting to me that, you know, some can do it, some can't. It's
Some
like
can pee in a man's face.
face. I didn't say
And
in
some
my
can't.
face. I just have to do a lot of laundry because it soaks the sheets.
Oh, gross. All right. So this is going on. This is a thing in your life.
This is kind of, you know, occasionally, yes, this happens. It's just because it's not like anybody that's, you know, nothing good, you know, nothing serious is happening with this. Just
Nothing
a little
good. You see, you caught yourself. She's on another podcast right now saying the same thing. Nothing good is happening.
Nothing good is happening at all. But, you know, it's been fun, I can say. And, you know, chick needed it. Now that I'm vaccinated,
Did
I
chick
feel
need it?
great. Like, I just feel like I can attack the world now.
Okay, all right. Look, the guy goes from cancer to cameras in his brain to I could attack the world now. I got a lady that
I hope it's not short-lived now that I got the vaccination.
Sometimes
Things get good and then you die.
that's how I feel. I get into those
do
moments
too.
where I'm like, things are going too good.
Can I tell you that's how I?
cliff
Can I
is-
tell you what did I tell you? When 20 Chick ends, when that great year ends, it's going to end with a bang. And what happened at the end of 2020? My throat started going, and now I'm out to have cancer. And I like my job. My job's going well.
Yeah.
Just, things are pretty good. I'm getting some ass.
You got
I'm
a leaky lady?
I got a leaky lady.
Things are good, baby.
Things are pretty good, man.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to get the big C.
All right. Well, don't put that out into the universe, okay? You
I
have
don't
to stop
necessarily
doing that.
think I believe
How
that, but
many
I told you. It's not that I think it. I just need to hit it with comment, with
Okay,
jokes.
so I get that, but try not to put that out. Say, how many people have you texted in your life that say, "Well, I got the big C. It's confirmed."
You know how many
A doctor
people like?
said
'Cause
it's possible.
I told a few of I told a bunch of people already.
Yeah, of course. You shouldn't.
Because I need to talk about these things.
Okay, all right.
In
fair
my
enough.
life, when things like this happen, it's been like this with my anxiety. I have a group chat of 18, the one I always talk about. And they're like 18 therapists because they get those chats out of
Yes.
nowhere. Just like chick complaining about what's going on, things that nobody asked about, things that most people won't publicize.
Yeah.
I need to vent it out. I like to get it out there.
Okay, fair enough.
So my whole dealing with this is just like hit it, tell people, joke about it, have them tell you it's going to be fine.
Do you like people telling you it's going to be fine? Is
No.
that comforting?
Yes and no.
Okay.
You want to hear the positive.
Of course.
And I think I need them to tell me the positive because I don't have that in me.
I feel like if I had something happening, I would want to tell people in advance so I don't get the weird sympathy if something were
Well, that's the other thing. Now we could joke about it. And
Yeah.
I don't have it because now we can have fun with it because if I do have it, then no one's going to joke. It gets too serious.
You're going to tell me we're going to do this podcast and we're not going to joke about it?
Well, we will, but we have a different thing, and I think you could maybe do that and realize with me, but others will be like, I don't want to
Okay.
joke about his cancer. Like, it's not something that, have you ever went to somebody who had cancer and were like, fucking cancer, huh? Like, you don't joke about it. It's serious.
Yeah, you're right, I guess. I mean, I did, it's funny. I did spend a lot of years delivering oxygen to cancer patients.
Having fun with that and, like, having a quick little whatever with somebody's different than your friends.
True, it's different, but a lot of them had that, I guess it's gallows humor. I think that's what it's called.
I don't know if that's what it's
And I'm
called.
not talking
so I
about
can't
Nikki
say
G.
anything.
But
His
it's
humor
like
sucks.
when you get. I found when I used to set these people up after they came back from the hospital and they couldn't breathe well. There was sometimes it was lung cancer, whatever it was.
I'll be there.
Stop. But they a lot of them dealt with it with humor.
You have to.
And it was kind of like the patient wanted you to be okay with it and feel
you
comfortable.
don't want
joking.
people walking on eggshells around
no.
you or being too serious where it's like
Exactly.
they approach you with gloves on. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
just make fun of me. It's nothing. It is what it is.
Right. Don't come up and be like, "Hey, hole in neck, whatever." Like, don't do something weird.
Yeah,
But, like,
don't make it weird, but like
you
just
know,
normalcy.
and don't just be. Look at us. We're already talking about how to act if you have cancer. This is ridiculous. See what I'm saying? See, you're putting this out in the atmosphere, and I'm picking it up as if you have it. That's why I'm saying, and I get it. We could joke about this, but
I texted a couple people, so I might have cancer.
it's a great opening. Wow.
And they were like, "Do you really just drop that on like that?" I said, "Well, very slight chance, but the doctor mentioned it." So, that's really I got some pics outside of that stuff, but I don't want to keep you too long today. I mean, do you got
Oh, it's fine. It doesn't matter. At this point, it doesn't matter. I don't have anything like a cancer scare, But the other day, unless you have anything else you want to talk
No,
about.
I really just wanted to talk about the cancer and the squirter.
That sounds like a new play.
It is.
The cancer and the squirter. That's an all-American novel.
That'll be my biography. Yes. That's what you could call it. My autobiography. Cancer and the squirter.
Oh my God. That's something else, man. So the other day on Sunday, I invited you out to go. We were gonna do like our buddy Neil Rubenstein has gone on tour. He's hit the road, Jack. And
wish you luck, Neil.
We wish you luck. And he invited a few comic friends, and now you're a part of that. With
I love being a part of that group.
I know
being
you do.
in on those guys. I do. I enjoy it.
He invited the adult babies out for we're gonna do a little Mexican dinner before he went away, and Sundays are rough for me because I see my nieces. I know you do a family thing on Sunday as well.
Sunday is the family day,
Yeah.
but I also the Knicks right now, in my opinion, are so much must-see TV to the point where I will revolve my day around them, and I won't do things because of them.
This is why you can't make it to my show tomorrow night, right?
No, that's actually 100%
Knicks
false.
play. They're going for 8 straight.
Can I tell you what you just reminded me? That the plan that I was going, it's going to turn into the reason why I'm not going there, but my buddy invited me to a fire pit hang out that night, and I would have
Do you
rather.
think with your throat you should be around smoke? Like
Can I
that?
tell you, with you just reminding me that the Knicks are on tomorrow night, 95% chance I'm going to stay home by myself and watch the Knicks game.
Yeah, just be quiet.
Yeah.
Again, you want to cancel tonight, but you're going to go with a group of people at a fire pit tomorrow. And what, you're going to be quiet?
No, that's my point. Is I can't. I'm going to do this every night. I'm never going to be quiet. My voice is done.
Okay. So Sunday morning, I go out to my Jeep, and I have the little like most cars these days. You push the button.
Yeah. Well, now if the key's on you, you could just tap the button and open it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So you have the key fob, and you just press the little button there, right? So I go out and I press it, and I'm getting, that little click. I'm like, what could be going on here, right? And all these things are popping up on the dashboard. It's like,
So you see them?
you see them, like it lights up, and it would say steering fluid leaked. Then it would go.
That sounds like your battery's dead. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Well, that's what. So I called my dad right away. I called my dad. What? I'm stuck.
I get it. I'm just.
By the way, you know what I was going to do? This is actually funny. I was headed, and I told you this because not a problem. Don't roll your eyes.
I will roll my eyes because only knows what's coming out of your mouth.
Because you say a lot of things that I have to clean up and deal with.
Don't get me started on that.
So you had promised Neil,
And I could have. I didn't realize that it was going to be so short. And the day I wasn't at the office.
so all right. So I had told Neil we had promised Neil Red Bull.
I was going to buy him a case of Red Bull.
Yeah, we were
because
gonna
I
get
get a
him
nice price, and I was going to give it to him.
Yeah, we were gonna. It was gonna be on the adult baby.
I have to be at my office. I can't just order it. I have to go there and pay cash.
Listen,
But I happened to be on a sales route all week last week because we were shorthanded and I wasn't in the office.
So it was just a mix up, and Neil left Monday. So Sunday, I was like, what I'm gonna do? I was like, I'm probably gonna see him for dinner. So I was gonna go to the Walmart Superstore, which I saw had a case of them.
They don't sell them by the case, especially the Walmart Superstore. I handle that store.
Oh, really?
And
In
they don't
Farmingdale?
sell, what he wanted, they do not sell there.
Well, I was gonna get whatever I can get.
Yeah.
Because it said they.
Where
they
did I
had,
tell you to go though?
Costco, but I don't have a Costco thing.
I would have. Okay, but anyway,
You would have, please.
you have to go to a place that sells them in bulk.
All right.
to
Well,
get,
listen.
But anyway, it's not
I
a
was
here
just
nor
gonna
there.
get something, right? So I'm trying to press this thing. The car's completely dead. I'm looking. Is it the battery? The lights are. Everything's off.
It's crazy to me that you couldn't even open the door.
Oh, I could open the door.
Oh, I thought you said you couldn't get in. Like it
No.
wasn't opening.
The button to start the car.
Oh, okay. Never
No, I
mind.
don't. I have rolled down windows. I have to I don't have a button to unlock.
Oh, all right. I thought you meant the button on the side of it, like
No.
you couldn't get in. It was clicking and it wasn't opening.
I have a Jeep Wrangler with roll down windows. And this is a
Okay, fair enough.
manual
But it's a push start?
transmission. Yeah, but everything is push start now. That's like the new every car. Yeah. So yeah, that's not where I'm just pressing this button to try to start it, and nothing's going off. So,
Were you in park?
Yeah, everything was normal.
Okay,
Everything was
I just want
normal.
to make sure.
Yeah, I was in park. I checked everything, so I hadn't driven it in probably 2 days because I live right here and.
Because everything that B needs, he lives above.
Yeah, right. I'm right here. So the last thing I had was a comedy thing on Thursday night, and I parked it there, and it's fine. So Sunday, I go, and it's not working. Call my dad. They come there. I'm like, maybe it's the key fob, right? Because I'm right away. I start Googling what stuff is. Because
probably, you didn't think that your battery was dead? Like, that didn't cross your mind?
But I did, but like usually if you have a dead battery, it's like maybe the lights were on or what. Like, what would the reason that the battery would just be dead?
It's not a new car.
It's 2 years old.
But didn't you buy it used?
No.
Oh, all right, never mind then. I'm sorry.
It's brand new.
I thought it was older.
No, it's a year and a half old, 2 years old. So there was just nothing that would reason that the battery be dead. So my dad comes by. They bring the other key fob. It's not working, and now. Me and my dad know nothing about cars, right?
Yeah, I was going to say,
we're like,
prefaced by that.
Yeah, we're like, I come from a long line of men who hire other men
to do the men work.
To do the man work. So my dad's like, well, let's pop the hood to see if somebody stole the battery. Like, that's where we go to. We're like, maybe somebody just stole the battery.
It's not that ridiculous of a thought.
Right. So
I agree that it's highly unlikely.
Highly unlikely.
But
or if the battery's dead, whatever. So we try to. We
can't pop the hood.
We can't pop the hood.
Oh, that's serious! Oh my god,
dude! I don't know what's in there. So I'm because there's latches on the hood.
You see, here's what I want to say. This is what I want to start by. Jeep people, in my opinion, are usually people who know at least about the Jeeps and can handle all the functions on the Jeep. Or I usually look at a Jeep person as like the guys at least do it are like car guys or rough, like maybe like that whole like the rough and tough. Like you're like a guy who should be driving a Prius, but you drive a Jeep.
Exactly, but I like the Jeep lifestyle.
I know, and this is what I'm saying.
I like to take the top off in the summer, but you're not
a Jeep guy. Like,
well,
to me, when I see somebody park a Jeep and I see you wobble out of there, I am like, what is this guy doing with a Jeep?
Yeah, in my defense, most Jeep owners do look like me. Bald white guys with a beard. Like, the only thing
Bald white guys with a beard who have a crooked back who can open the fucking hood.
There's a lot of people. Listen, the hood is one. I just don't know engines. I don't know.
It has nothing to do with engines. You're popping the hood.
My old thing had a lever, because the Jeep's hoods have like 4 latches on the side.
Oh. Okay.
So my old one was just those latches.
I wish everybody could see his hands just popping latches all over the place.
So now my dad's there. We're sitting there. We're like, the two of us. We're like, I don't even know how to open the hood. And then we look at each other like, even if we open the hood, what are we looking at?
Can I tell you, I love that. My father's kind of the same way. So like whenever I'd have an issue with my car and my dad would be like, oh, let's pop the hood. And I'd be like, Dad, what are you going to do? What are you going to look at and tell me is like, you're going to look at it and be like you don't know what you're looking at.
There it is.
You know where the engine is, you know where the battery is, and that's it.
We came to that realization, and like we could have opened. I'm sure if we could have
did it. They couldn't open the hood, and then they were like, you know what? If we did open it, wouldn't matter anyway.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't. So at this point, my parents are driving there. They're like, "Listen, we got to run. We got to do some shopping in town. We'll grab lunch. Do what you need to do. Take our car." And I was like, "They're like, what do you got to do?" I'm like, "Strangely enough, I'm buying a case of Red Bull." And they're like, "What?" Because I don't drink,
Yeah.
So they give me their car. I go to the Walmart Superstore. Oh, we'll get to that. I go to the Walmart Superstore. I haven't been to the Walmart in maybe 10 years. I get as far as the
you could
doors.
Tell me everything in that store. I know it. Like I could visualize it.
I walk in there. I'm like, it was the biggest nightmare I've ever seen. I walked in and out.
In what way though? Like it was just too many people and too big a store.
There was a line down like There was a insane line.
You want to know what's funny? I'm there during the week. I'm not there on weekends.
Okay.
I would imagine it's busier on the weekends because people are off.
Because it was a Sunday.
But like normally, it's a moving line. Like there's maybe a little line, but usually people are in and out. Like as far as the checkouts and everything.
Maybe it was, but
because there's so many self checkouts in that one area, and then there's the other self checkout by the garden area.
I don't know what I saw.
That store's huge.
It's like it's like a college.
They basically
campus.
was already a big store, and they added like a grocery store into it. Like it's tremendous.
Dude, I walked in there and my heart, I started having palpitations. I was like, I can't with this place here. And I just saw a line. I saw a woman with like a bag of like just snacks, literally hunched over, like she was in the L shape.
You get the weirdest people who shop there.
I know that's like a thing, like the people Walmart.
Dude, I'm in Walmarts all over the island sometimes, and certain ones are worse than others.
Oh.
That's actually a pretty good one. But imagine having to work around everybody. Like, you know when there's coolers and see
I couldn't.
The coolers are on checkout lines. Like, they're fast.
Forget it.
They're grab-and-go items.
I'd have quit.
I'd have to literally sit there. Like, I'm on my floor with whatever it is I'm packing out or cleaning up or whatever I'm doing, and people are like, I'm in the way. It's annoying. Or sometimes I got to wait for somebody. Like, I'll be waiting in the self-checkout area for somebody to be done so I can get to that cooler.
Oh, God.
Dude, it's
a nightmare.
That store is... And it's like the sales that come out of that. That store is a fucking beast.
I'm sure it is. It's
Walmart,
crazy.
and it just they get they have such shitty stuff. It's just mind-boggling to me. I get it. It's cheap. Like I do get it, but it's still mind-boggling.
It's insane, and it just the whole thing. You know me, big crowd and everything.
Yeah, I get it.
Big crowds freaked me out before COVID, and
Yeah.
now
No,
I'm
I get
vaccinated.
it.
It's not even about that.
There's certain stores I walk in and I just feel like COVID's in the air.
Oh, it's gross. And just the people just look gross. They all look like you. It's just it's gross. So I'm kidding. So I get back. I bail on the Red Bull. I tell Neil, I'm like, listen, man, I'm out. Car's dead. I
The
want
adult babies failed you.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I said. I was like, typical adult babies move. I got you when you come back from tour. And he's like, I don't need it when I get back from tour. It'll sit. I'm like, you're getting it anyway.
Yeah, you're getting it.
I don't care what he says. So, Neil, you got Red Bull coming. We failed you. We're sorry. So I get back to, give my parents their car. The next day, my car has to get, we call the insurance company in Jeep. They have to flatbed it out of here. So
you couldn't call, or like you didn't even try and you didn't call somebody else who might be able to pop the hood and try and just jump the car.
Well,
like that never happened.
Well, here's the thing:
you went right to the insurance company to pick it up with a flatbed
because even if it was clearly it seemed like there was an electrical issue.
But couldn't like my thing would be jump it, bring it to a place, and not have to pay a flatbed fee.
Yeah, but it was all covered.
Okay,
I didn't pay
in that regards,
so
I guess why not?
Here's the thing: it had to go. Whatever it was, even if it was a dead battery, there was something else. So here's what happens. So when we get back, before I left, there's an old man that I've seen before. He lives in one of the apartments over here. He walks up on us and he goes, "Is that your car?" And me and my parents are sitting there. I'm like, "Yeah, it's mine." And he goes, "I live right there, and for the last 2 nights, every 15 to 20 minutes, the car goes on, the lights go on, windshield wipers go off, and I don't know what's going on. It's acting like it's possessed." So now we're like, all right, it's definitely not just a dead battery.
That's great. That is,
yeah.
I wonder how he know. Maybe there's I wonder how he notices that.
All right. Well, here's my thing with this guy. Now I'm in my head with this guy.
Like, why are you outside staring at my car?
I've had interactions with this guy before.
He's the neighborhood watch.
Mm-hmm. So, I'd say maybe 6 months ago, I parked my car in that back parking lot where my trucks are.
Okay.
Okay, and I go to where I work. I had dropped my wallet. I believe it was my wallet. I forget what it might have been my keys, but whatever I dropped, it was gone, right? And I get back to my place that afternoon, and somebody had left them at the meat market. So I'm like, how did somebody find it? It must have been my. I think it was like a set of keys. And I'm like, how did somebody find my keys know it was my car, and know where I work. I'm like, somebody's watching me. It freaked me out. And now, and I saw that guy the next day. He's like, did you see I gave you keys to where you work? And I was like, that's a little weird. This guy is like watching me from a window. You know, he knows everything about me.
I would have said something. I wouldn't have let that pass. I really would have.
Dude, it was such a weird thing because I didn't even realize.
So you have a stalker in the neighborhood?
Yeah, I didn't even realize I left. I dropped I dropped him right outside of my car.
I mean, nice guy, but weird guy.
Very nice.
He probably saw you drop the keys and went. And
But what is he doing?
That's what I'm
besides
saying.
watching me.
You better hope he doesn't kill you. He wants to wear your face.
Who do you think dies first?
Me. You
me
get
of the old
murdered,
man, or you have cancer?
The Adult Baby Show, 170 episodes, and then boom, done.
Yep, something's gonna happen. It'll probably happen at the same time. So now I'm like, this guy, as nice as he is, this guy's got his eye on me.
Isn't there like a fine line between nice and creepy?
Yes, and I feel like he came out like because he just, every 10 minutes he must look out the window and look at my car, and so he came out like he knew. He's like, all right, there they are. Now's the time to go tell them. I've been watching. I've been seeing what's going on up here.
Maybe that he happened to see it, and now he know. Like, I don't know.
It could be, but
That's
it's just
creepy to me. I can't even act like I can't even act like you're overreacting because that to me is a little weird.
It was a little odd. You feel like you're being
It wasn't
watched.
weird until he knows where you work.
And that was 6
now
months ago.
but that's
And that
also
freaked
not
me
that
out.
crazy because maybe he's been in there and seen you work there.
But I'm not inside the store.
You are there sometimes.
But he must have seen me go to the truck.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, there's
a
way to see it. But it's like...
Because you live so close to work, and anybody who knows, like, sees you makes, like, it's not that ridiculous. It could be a weird coincidence, but it is a little creepy.
There's
a lot of looking going out.
This guy knows a lot about
But there's
me.
a lot of people.
He might be listening to this episode.
But there's a lot of people who do neighborhood watch. And
Yeah.
that's why that part isn't that crazy. He lives in a weirder area.
By the way, and weird area.
Well, because you have more shit going on. Not like a
Are
weird
you
area.
saying I live in a weird area? It was nice, and it was good to like know that information to tell Jeep. It's like, listen, and I find out from another Jeep guy. He's like, apparently, there's electrical issues are a thing with Jeeps. So my car is in there. It's getting fixed. It was an electrical thing, and Andrew Bergen's been driving me around. He's been my chauffeur all week, just driving me around.
Big fan of Bergen. Well, he's been driving you around. How about he helps you get the video working on this show?
I know. You know what? You're right. We just kind of have.
Andrew, if you're listening, and B hasn't reached out about this, we need to get the cameras going.
We will. We just have. I'll be honest. The show is the show. We have a lot of comics that have been wanting to get on. So
I know.
We have a backlog list of comics.
Backlogged.
And while we're here, we should have mentioned this in the beginning. We know the sound quality was bad last week.
Yeah, it was a mistake on mine and B's part.
Yeah, I think it was mine, to be honest.
We'll
I
take
think I'm
complete blame because
you're taking some blame.
Because to me, when something's not right on this, we both heard the same thing and didn't say anything, and we both, neither one of us know enough, so we're both responsible.
Isn't that weird? So if you listened last week, there was like a crazy echo.
It sounded like we were in a bathroom.
Yeah, it sounded like there was one mic in the corner, and
we were both talking in over that one mic.
So whatever it was, we do a sound test right before the show, and me and you both noticed that it was a little off.
But we were like, it was just weird. And I can't
I'm
because we were
blaming it on Dom
bullshitting with
LaMarca.
Neil.
It
was Dom. It wasn't Neil. It was Dom's episode. We were bullshitting a lot with Dom.
We were.
To the point where we were like, let's just get going.
Exactly. And it's funny, we talked about that a few days later when we released it, and we're like, oh man, the sound is all messed up, and we both were like, dude, we
both noticed it and didn't say anything, and kind of just our fault.
Stupid idiots.
But I do want to I want to give some picks, but before that, I want to take this time to
say goodbye.
No, to talk about our beloved New York Knicks, because this would be the worst time for me to get to see.
Dude, it is.
I can't tell you. I've realized. Now, I grew up going to more Knick games than any of my other teams.
Yeah.
My dad had an inn with Madison Square Garden, like through work. We had his company had tickets, and we used to get him a lot. I've sat courtside there. I've sat all over that
I
place.
grew up with a silver spoon.
And then after my dad left that company and we didn't have that hookup, I would always try to make sure I got to at least one game. Like I love going to the Garden. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Hey, we should
in
go to
New
a
York.
game together.
We should. We have. I have your picture.
Yeah, we have, yeah.
Your picture on my phone is you and Noah sitting at the end of the row that we were at.
Oh, yeah?
Looking at me like this. I'll show you when
You
we're
gotta
done.
Send me that.
But that's when we all went to the Knick game for somebody's bachelor party.
Yeah. I think it was our
Birch?
No, I think it was our buddy passed away.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, because remember we had the
No, we did that in honor for him, but it was somebody else's bachelor party.
was it?
And that's why, didn't they? It was, I thought, I could be wrong. I don't think that's why we went. I thought we went there, and because that just happened.
They put his name on the big
that
screen.
was awesome. They put his
Yeah,
name,
it
they
was-
got
it
his
was
name on
a
the big
pretty cool
screen.
thing. Was
I
it?
could be wrong. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah, because why would we all go? You're right. This
That
doesn't make sense.
doesn't. He
You know
wasn't
what?
a basketball fan.
Yeah,
It wa-
exactly right.
It wasn't like we went there. I'm pretty sure we went there for something else, but because we were all going, somebody's girlfriend or something got it done, so we would see it on the screen.
Yeah, that was.
Half of us got thrown out of that game.
Yeah, a lot of
That
people
was there was a lot of drunk
Because we went someplace. Did we go to?
strip club before or after. No, we went
No.
to Clyde's.
No, we went to.
No, we went to that fucking weird ass bar that had the arcade, or like the didn't have the arcade. Not the arcade.
I thought we went to. What's that?
I
place
might
in
be mixing
East Seven?
two nights together.
I think you are. I thought we went, and I might be mixing 2 nights together. Whatever we. It
yeah,
was
it's a
great
moot
night.
point.
Yeah.
It was we went, but I love going to the Knicks
Ah,
games.
fantastic.
And I was thinking about it because they've sucked. It's been hard to like really get behind this team, but I still watch every year. And now that they're good, it has changed my everyday mood. I can't like stress it enough how crazy that is.
Mm-hmm.
Like the day that there's games, I make sure I'm not doing anything because I want to watch the game.
Yeah.
I'm pumped all day, and the days they're not playing, it sucks because I want to watch them.
Yeah.
And they're only 6. I mean, not only, but they're 6 games above 500 in the 4 seed. Love everything about this team from top to bottom. It's just, I don't like to talk about sports, but when the Knicks are good, New York is better because there's no fighting. Everybody loves them.
Dude, and we've talked about this. When the Knicks, this town, if the Knicks are good, it blows up. Like
does.
and a lot of people never got to experience.
They didn't because it was in the mid to,
Yeah,
the
mid-90s.
mid 90s to the early 2000s when it
whatever.
was still good. But
It's been so exciting. This team is just
dude, they play
I can't
hard
say enough about
from
Randall.
beginning
It's-
to end. We have a stud superstar right now. We have young up and coming
and the
players.
young guys, man.
They play hard. I love our coach. They
RJ
seem like they
Barrett.
love each other. Like that's fun to watch. Whenever there's a post game interview, like I watch the Garden interview after every game, and the team comes out, and it's I love it.
It's fun to watch. And by the time this episode airs, maybe they lose tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be a tough one against the Raptors. But
Why is that going to be a tough one?
dude, I don't know. I'm
The
just
Raptors we should beat. We're
All right.
beating good teams,
Okay.
and they're not even. we just beat the
I'm just
Hawks.
worried. I'm just worried. But
We got 12 games left. We're in the 4 seed. We're up a half a game. We're tied.
they're making the playoffs. It's gonna be.
We're definitely going to be in the playoffs,
it's
and we're
fun.
more than likely going to not have to play the play-in game,
Yeah.
bearing any setback.
Well,
you know.
let's hope.
Let's hope.
But they've been so much fun.
But I've realized, as much as I'm a Met fan and a Giants fan, the Knicks.
Just like, your
And
pants
Notre
are-
Dame.
Your pants are literally your shorts. I can see like the crease in from your back to your ass. It's gross. All right, sorry.
Fuck you. I don't have a back to my ass.
No,
it's all
it's all
one.
one thing.
It's
I know.
all one thing with a crack in it.
It looks like a baby beluga sitting down on a chair.
But they're my favorite. They are. If I had to pick one team, it would be them.
It's been fun to watch, and we got the NFL draft next week. Huh?
This is what bothers me about you.
I know it does.
Because I'm looking at that shirt, and I thought it said that, but I couldn't see the whole thing, so I wasn't sure. B likes to go all in on his Jets quarterbacks.
All in, baby.
Before they're there, and then they suck, and he's going to have 10 of his jerseys.
All right. Well,
Why don't you wait?
I've never.
I'm not even saying don't be happy because this guy I actually have much more faith in than I did Sam.
Okay.
But like, wait.
You're right. And I never bought a Sam Darnold thing before. He was a Jet, and I waited until he played his first game. Okay, and it was after that first interception. He led them back against the Lions for the win. But
and then he didn't throw another fucking touchdown pass the rest of his fucking career. Basically, he sucks.
Fair. But I hope he does great in Carolina. But
No, do you?
I do.
Do you hope he does well?
Dude, he was such.
Why would you want him to suck it up for the Jets and then go somewhere else? And
Because
be
it
good?
wasn't. It was.
I know it wasn't
the
his
people
fault,
around him.
but
And
I
he-
also don't think he's going to be good.
He might not be a great quarterback, but I would. He was such. You could respect a soldier, and the guy said all the right things. He did.
I do
everything
respect
right.
that.
So
I respect that.
as most Jet fans,
He didn't blow. He could have
No.
made this a terrible.
he had some rough moments,
Yeah,
and they
I
did
get
him
it.
no favors. So yeah,
I wish the Giants would get rid of fucking Jones.
all right. Well, I did go out on a limb, and I saw this Zach Wilson Jets jersey. The Jets tee.
It's the
a
New York Jets logo, the
It's
green
like-
logo, the old school one, and it says Wilson.
It was like a $12 T-shirt. So I was like, whatever, I'll get it. If they suck, if he sucks, or they don't draft him.
And if you do this as opposed to a jersey, I'll be more happy. I'll be happy with
oh, I'm
that.
still getting a jersey.
Why?
'Cause I
Like,
love
why don't? Yeah, but don't you?
I had
wanna-
to get a black one.
Why don't you get like a Mark Gastineau jersey or
I have a Joe Klecko.
a Klecko,
dude,
a Corbett,
I have a
somebody
Corbett.
who was a Curtis Martin?
I have a Curtis Moore. I have
Like,
about every jersey.
But I even do that with the Giants, though. Like, even guys who I think, like, I don't buy the jersey until I know he's either going to be there for a significant time
Yeah.
or he's done something, like, noteworthy that you have the jersey.
Here's where I look. Listen, it's $100 or whatever it is these days.
I get it.
It's like whatever. I want to be all in
if
on my
you're
guys.
just pissing away $100, throw it to me.
Chick, you piss away $100
I know.
in worse ways.
I get it. But I don't have any jerseys that I need to throw out because I don't make poor
I don't throw
jersey
them out.
choices.
I don't throw them out. They're all.
Well, that's your problem.
We have a whole room in my parents' house full of Jets jerseys. We literally have like 200. Okay?
Somebody did that, too, with all the quarterbacks.
I know. I tried to do that, but so yeah, I maybe I jumped the gun on a Zach Wilson T-shirt, but I was like a $12 T-shirt. I'm gonna show up on draft day wearing this baby, and I'm excited.
Are you having fun this week on this episode, B?
Yes. Don't give me that.
I'm just curious.
Because-
I just want to know if you're having fun.
No, because you're a hard person
I
to deal
just
with.
wanted to know if you're having fun.
I'm
Simple
having fun
question.
now, even though I missed my spot. But yeah, I'm having fun.
You know what? This show is going to get more fucking play than that spot got you.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Sure.
But I do have some
I could have
picks.
performed in front of 12 people tonight that have seen my act multiple times.
I have a couple. You know what? I think I want to pass on the picks because I honestly, you know what? Fuck it, I'll do them.
Why are you so indecisive? What are you
Because
doing?
I don't love two of them.
So what?
I realize that. Okay, I watch things, like them, whatever, and then I put them on my list.
All right, now I need to hear. I always said your picks should include something that you hate.
Well, these ones, it's not that I didn't hate these. It just, I don't like. I'm not like.
Let's give it to us because now I'm more interested.
The
than I
first
usually
one
am.
is called Two Distant Strangers. This one was actually pretty
This is
interesting.
going to be a story about us soon.
No, it's on, it's on Netflix, and it's about this young black gentleman and a cop, and it's a loop. He's in one of those daily loops, with the same thing every day, and he keeps on getting killed by this cop. And he keeps on doing different things to try and stop it from happening.
Okay.
And no matter what he does, it happens.
Wait, the black guy.
The black guy. He gets up from this. He has like a one-night stand or something, right? And you see him wake up in the bed with this chick, and then he walks out of his house and he gets killed in a police incident. Okay. Like with the shootings and stuff going on.
So is this more of the sign of the times, or is it like when it's your time, it's your time?
I think it was supposed to just hit people about the sign of the time. So now he's trying to talk to the cop and do all these things and tell him what's happening. And he's saying things that proves that he's living this loop where the cop believes him. Okay. But no matter what happens, somebody gets killed by this cop. Most of the time it's him. I think.
Oh, it's not even him.
Well, it was him, but there's like a domino effect if It's just weird. But it was really interesting, and it's only like 20 minutes long. It's not long. It's not like a movie or a documentary. I think it's just made to kind of hit you like whatever. But it's very interesting, and it's called Two Distant Strangers.
Is there ever a point where the guy that keeps waking up in this Groundhog Day thing ever try to kill the cop?
Not that they you know what? I don't think so. Not that I ever recall.
Okay.
But because no matter what, you can't just go out of cop without, you know what I mean?
I know, but if you're living in a loop,
you mean to try and break the loop?
And you're trying to break the loop?
They don't really try and break the loop,
Okay.
it seems. Like I guess he's just trying not to get killed.
Okay.
And then he wakes up, it's like a nightmare, but it's like this loop that it's really interesting.
Okay.
I found it, it's like 20 minutes long.
What's this on?
On Netflix. It's called Two Distant Strangers. I just thought, especially with the times, I found it interesting. This is the one that you liked? No.
Oh, this is the one you didn't like.
This is one, because it's like short, it's a little, it's also a little social with everything, with everything going on. I don't know how many people are kind of sick of this shit.
Right, yeah.
The other one is Coded Bias. I put it on because it was more interesting. And it's about how Facebook and like all the face recognition stuff, it's really just all about the biasness that happens from facial recognition software and things like that. I can't even describe it good. It was interesting. I half-ass listened to it though. That's my issue. Why I'm like,
Well, you're definitely right. You can't describe it good. Why would you pick a thing that you?
Because certain things I pick that are new that are kind of interesting. Like if I'm doing something, like if I'm playing cards or whatever.
You're incredible.
I'll have something on in the background, and this is kind of one of those. But it was still pretty interesting.
This is chick preparing, playing cards. All right.
I was watching a show playing cards.
But if you're going to put your name on it, like these are my picks, you'd think you'd would put a little effort into it.
I do put an effort. This one,
it's background music.
I didn't watch a lot of new stuff. Because I can't describe it, but it was interesting. I'm probably going to rewatch this.
You had a rough week. We'll give you that.
The new thing, though, that I loved was the Serpent. That new show on Netflix.
So I haven't watched
all three of these are on Netflix.
It's a true story, right? Based
Serpent is a true story about a guy who kills people, takes their identity to travel around the world.
Wow, okay.
And it's how he gets almost... I don't want to... It's very good.
Okay.
Very good. 8 episodes, I think. 45-minute long, 50-minute episodes.
I didn't know there was that many episodes.
It's like, that many? That's like a shorter series.
You know, I thought it was like a documentary thing.
No. It's a show. It's a show about a real thing.
It's a show about a real thing.
Yeah, okay. And it's very good.
Okay, all right. I did see that, and it kind of looked interesting. I never...
Yeah, it's just a super, like, what this guy did was nuts.
Interesting. Okay, all right.
He was like a known... I don't even know how, like... One guy knew what was going on, but there was, like, no proof. Like, it was just, like, there's no way they could prove anything. And the guy was just... This is what always gets me about the traveling. Because, like, he would find travelers and then, like, kill people and then, like, use their identities to kind of hide the fact that they're dead. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause now it seems like it fucked with everything to the point where it's impossible to prove.
Gotcha.
One, it was almost impossible to prove who he was. Like, no one even really knew his real name. Like, that's, like, it was nuts. Just a super interesting story.
All right.
So that's called The Serpent.
All right. Well, so I'm glad you did it just for that because I want to see that. And the first one actually sounds interesting.
And then tonight, I can't wait when I get home. Mortal Kombat's out tonight. I cannot wait to watch that. Yep. The trailer for that looked sick. And the first one was terrible. It was cool, like nostalgic.
When did the first one come out?
94. It was like right after the games got big. Like the early 90s.
Okay.
It wasn't even like a late, it was like an early 90s.
Is that on, what is that, HBO Max?
The new one?
Yeah.
Yes.
HBO Max, okay. All right. So
and it's in theaters.
So
theaters. Well, they're doing a lot now. HBO Max, Amazon.
Yeah, they're doing
even Apple. They get new releases because of COVID. They're releasing these things in select theaters, and they're putting them on a streaming service. You usually got to pay for them. HBO Max, though, is free.
I like HBO Max is good.
HBO Max, I've been telling people, like, if you not sure if you want to get it, like, I highly recommend. Like, it is becoming one of the best streaming places.
They have all, like, the old stuff that was
They have tons of old good shit.
And they're putting out new
because I think they bought a bunch of networks I don't know what the
who
overall
knows
how
what
it
they
came
do.
together, but they have a lot of like, Comedy Central.
All I
they
know
got a
is
lot
eventually
of good shit on there.
everybody that cuts the cord is going to be paying a full cable for every net.
Well, that's
every
the
network.
thing. People are thinking like, I'm just going to cut my cable bill and pay for these streaming. There's going to be so many streaming services
too
that
many.
you want that you're still going to pay. Maybe not the same, but you're going to pay. You're going to have a
paying,
decent.
man.
You're still going to pay.
Yeah, it's not going to. That whole
The
cutting
streaming isn't making TV necessarily cheaper, but you're going to be able to be more specific to what you want. You're going to pay for
and
it.
all these networks are like in competition, so they're going to
And
be
they're
trying.
getting better. Like,
They are.
that's why I was saying, I'm waiting. Like, you got to figure if HBO is like HBO Max now is the thing. I would imagine that Showtime and all these other places
course.
are going to try and come with their own.
Yeah, it's just
Which is going to be good for us.
well, it's gonna be tough because you're gonna which streaming service do you not have right now? Which haven't you?
I'm
Yeah.
a little different.
Well, yeah, I know that.
Well, because I have Hulu, I have Amazon, I have Netflix, I have HBO Max, I have Apple.
You got Peacock.
Yes, I have
have
Peacock.
Paramount.
I have Paramount.
Is there any streaming service you don't have?
Me personally, probably
no,
not.
the other guy in the
No, I use Peacock for soccer.
room. You got it
I
all.
pay for Paramount for soccer. I have ESPN Plus for soccer and like other stuff that's on there. And then like there's reasons why I have everything.
So how much are your
Now
parents
it's
paying
all
for
with my
that?
family though. Like
Yeah, that's,
no, but I pay for a couple. My brother
Yeah, that's
pays
what-
for a couple.
yeah, that makes sense.
Like I have Disney Plus through my cousin.
right.
My brother has I got Peacock through my brother.
How's Peacock?
Peacock's terrible. I
not
only
good.
have it for soccer.
Okay, because I want to watch some things on Peacock, but I never.
Listen, I don't know if there's good stuff on it, but like when you compare it to other streaming services,
not
it's
great.
trash.
So is Peacock? Would you say that's the worst?
I would say it. Other than like Tubi and shit like that.
You have Tubi as well.
I had it. I don't ever use. Like I don't even. You
got
don't even
rid of
pay. It's
Tubi?
like a free. It's awful.
Okay. All right. Wow. There's just so much stuff out there, and
Well, that's why I always tell. I literally can watch all. Between like my brothers and my cousins and my parents, like and me, like I have everything.
yeah, you could do it all.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's why I also watch so much because I have it all at my fingertips.
The man with the golden remote.
Yeah. I feel like what was that? Click.
Yes.
But yeah, that's my story this week. I would like to cut this one a little short because we're already going probably a full episode, but my voice is starting to.
It's a full episode. This is what it was.
Yep.
I lulled you into. We'll do.
You didn't lull me. I told you I wanted to do it. I just wanted to rest
You
my
know
voice.
what? You're easily tricked, and you don't even realize.
Oh yeah,
You're one of those people.
You played me like a fiddle. All
I
right,
do.
fucking
You
Geppetto.
have no clue. You
Yeah.
have no clue how easy it is to manipulate you.
It's the same thing with you.
You can't manipulate me.
Okay, B.
You can't.
Okay.
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 Oh man, Tommy C.
Well, guys,
Tommy
review
Big
us,
C.
please. Review us.
Please review us.
Like, why do we have to ask so much?
Yeah.
I know there's people who listen that I'm like, dude, just click on the purple podcast app and review us.
What was that?
So please review us. I don't know, it's like a squirrel or something in your
Somebody
apartment.
step on a duck.
I hope you can hear that
A noise just erupted.
erupted from the bottom of my couch here.
Oh God! All right.
But if you
Listen,
made
guys,
it this far,
it's
we love
Friday
you.
night.
Thank
I
you
missed
for
my
listening to
spot.
us.
Thank you, Tommy. It's been fun.